Hey guys, Joe from the Crazy New York Driver Show. It's Friday night, February 14th, 2014. And yes, I do realize I'm running really late. And the reason is we have been socked in with snow like I have never seen. Here's today's New York Post. Let them eat snow is the headline. I have never in my life had so much snow as we have had these last few weeks. There's nowhere to put the snow. It just piles up and piles up. Before we get into the eBay video, if you don't mind, let me just take a quickie break and show you how it was here yesterday on Thursday at my house. Right now. Alright guys, 2 snowplows just went by, but it's not going to do very good. This is deep and it's coming down at approximately, I would say, 2 to 3 inches per hour. Yep. This is our 7th or 8th major storm like this winter. If you can see the side of my house, you can see the icicles. See them? Very stylish. And you can tell how heavily the snow is still falling. A bus just went by. Nobody's on the road. The state is essentially shut down today. Okay guys, this is the finished product. It is still sleeting, but for now this is fine. Take a look at the good amount of snow we got. Alright, note how the driveway is down to bare metal. I'm fastidious about this. Alright, my driveway is better than the street. As you can see, this is the street. Alright, and that is that. Alright, I have not gotten to do my walk yet because that street is still snowed in. But I shall be doing that next. Okay guys, you got a brief little look as how it was here yesterday. Today is going to be an eBay video. It's going to be a lot about the global shipping program. Some interesting things have come up that I need to tell you about. I want to try and talk about some zero feedback bidders if I can. If time permits, it may not, because this is going to run quite long. An interesting thing about yesterday and the snowstorm, if I may. As you guys know, I do not open when it snows. It's just an exercise in futility. I stay home and I work there. I take care of my eBay sales And of course I used the snowblower, as you saw. But yesterday while I was using the snowblower, I was kind of chuckling to myself. I said, you know, even though I'm not at work at my physical store, my eBay store is actually working for me while I'm here doing the snow. And how apropos it was, because guys, yesterday I had my world's record amount of sales in one day on eBay. How fitting is that? And you can easily check by checking my eBay user ID and eBay Motors. It's Hubcap Joe's. I'm Joe. I'm a top rated seller since I've been with eBay since January 99. And yesterday, guys, while I was home doing the snow, I made 17 sales on eBay, which is a new record for me. And guys, I hope you did just as well. The purpose of this channel, for those who haven't watched my videos before, is for eBay sellers to commiserate. We all get together. We talk about things that have happened. We try and help each other. And we try and help each other avoid being scammed or hurt in any way. Because there are bad people out there. Thankfully, not many. Not anymore, anyway. But before we talk about the eBay Global Shipping Program, let me just mention a few of you guys, if I may. I jotted down a few notes here. I hope that's okay. I want to say hi to my friend Jason in Dallas, Jason Kelly. I was telling him yesterday how it snowed, and he invited me down to Dallas. And Jason, I will be glad to take you up on your offer just as soon as the Dallas Cowboys hire Jimmy Johnson back. When they hire Jimmy Johnson back, I'm coming down and we'll go to a game. Kabish? My friend Jason DeCanio in sunny Florida, the guy complains when it's 46 degrees out. I said, DeCanio, Jesus Christ, we haven't seen 46 degrees in over 1 month. And he's crying about it. But it's all good. Hi, Jason. My good friend Scott Henshaw out west. He has never seen so much snow in his entire life, and he was really amazed at the amount of snow we get here. Hi, Scott. And lastly, my friend Kiki in Puerto Rico. He asked for a shout out. He's an eBay seller too. And a special shout out to Kiki. Kiki, estoy enfermo de invierno. Necesito unos días de sol, hombre. Solamente uno. Tengo que comer. Tengo que trabajar. I mean, what else can I say? Just 1 day of sun is all I ask. Is that too much? It's going to snow again tonight and tomorrow morning. So, big shout out to my friend Kiki in Puerto Rico. That's another place I think I'd like to visit on vacation, where it's always sunny and mild. There is another eBay webinar coming up the end of this month, February. But because we have several weeks, I'm not even going to touch on that today. I want to get right to the Global Shipping Program. Let's get started. Well, guys, just when you think you've heard it all, I've got something else to tell you about the Global Shipping Program. The following article was brought to my attention by several of my subscribers. The article is on e-commerce bites, and if I remember, I will put a link to it later, and you can click on it. But I know some of you guys will not bother clicking, so I have paraphrased it right here. If you would allow me to read just a brief little thing from the article that I think says it all. Late last year, an eBay seller took to the social site Reddit to announce the discovery of purported scam and theft ring, whereby items bound for buyers overseas sent through the Global Shipping Program weren't making it past a processing facility in Kentucky, and were then resurfacing on another eBay store under nearly identical listings. The seller in question claimed to have recently lost a $500 item from eBay's Global Shipping Program and then discovered the same item being resold by an eBay seller with the name Great Stuff, Cheap Prices. Suspecting theft, the seller dug up several listings believed to have gone missing, only to resurface on this particular eBay seller's store. As it turns out, eBay has a more benign explanation for the situation, and I quote, "On occasion, items are unable to be shipped internationally through the global shipping program due primarily to size, but also import-export restrictions," eBay spokesman Ryan Moore said. In the rare cases that an item cannot be shipped internationally, eBay will compensate the buyer through eBay's buyer protection policy, while the seller will keep their payment from the buyer if no fault is found, he explained. In addition, as outlined in the terms and conditions, participating sellers in the global shipping program have given eBay and Pitney Bowes the right to dispose of or liquidate parcels that are undeliverable. In turn, eBay utilizes various means to coordinate the disposal of items that are undeliverable, and some of these items may be resold by a third party on eBay or other venues in order to recover a portion of the cost of the buyer reimbursement. That's all I'm going to read from that particular article, but this is what we need to talk about. Guys, a while back we talked about the global shipping program, and at that time I was sort of amenable to try it, but after receiving feedback from you guys, if you remember last week I said I was going to hold off. I'm definitely going to hold off indefinitely. I do feel there's money to be made overseas. I feel there's a lot of money to be made overseas, but I think we as sellers need better protection from the global shipping program. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't have to come out here and say this. This is coming from a person who loves eBay. I am waving the eBay flag, and I am waving the top-rated seller's flag. All right? I want to be able to recommend it. At this time, I can't. Maybe in the future, maybe not. If any of you guys have any input on what we're talking about with the global shipping program, feel free to comment below. Also, on the e-commerce bites article written by Ina Steiner, if you have any, criticisms or any opinions on that, you're more than welcome. I would now like to move on to some other eBay topics, if I may. As I told you earlier, my sales are great. No complaints whatsoever, and I'm hoping yours are good too. I was talking to some of my friends earlier this week in one of the Facebook groups. As I've told you in the past, there are several Facebook groups for top-rated sellers, and they're by invitation only. And the reason for that is we have to be very careful to keep out stalkers, or should I quite correctly say stalker. I think you can understand what I mean. Now, the topic came up about zero feedbackers. One person wrote in, a gentleman wrote in and said that he was sick and tired of being stung by people with zero feedback not paying for his auctions. And quite frankly, I feel the guy's pain. I used to go through that a lot. If you remember some of my videos around 2 years ago, I would come out here and moan about it. But like I explained to this man, I said, the only way to get around it is to list in the fixed price category with immediate payment required, and you'll never be stung by another zero feedbacker. I furthermore went on to write a little article myself about how I myself get tons of zero feedbackers to this day and why I do. And I explained this briefly a month or two ago. I want to cover it again because it's really important. Depending on what you guys sell, especially if you sell unusual items like I do on eBay Motors, you will probably get a lot of zero feedbackers, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. All my zero feedbackers pay only because I am in the fixed price category with immediate payment required. But the important thing to ask yourself is why? Why am I getting all the zeros? And I know why. I can guarantee it, and I can submit proof to you right now. What I sell, as you know, I sell a lot of hubcaps. And people will often do a search. People not that familiar with eBay will do a search on Google. So let's say, for instance, 1979 Chevy Caprice hubcap. They will Google that. The Google search engine will lead them right to my eBay listing, right to top rated seller Hubcap Joe's. The prospective buyer will see it, and he'll know that's what he wants. He will then sign up to eBay specifically at that moment just to buy my hubcap. Ergo, I'm getting a zero feedbacker. I dare say I myself am responsible for at least 200 to 300 new eBay accounts just for people who signed up to buy my items. And I was telling one of these other guys on the Facebook groups, they said, you realize you too? I'm not going to tell you what he sells because it's very unusual. I said, you are responsible for getting 100 people signed up to eBay just to bid on your items. And once they sign up to eBay and they pay for your item, there's a good chance they'll be eBay customers for life. So guys, think about it. Look at your recent sales, how many zero feedbackers you got, especially in the fixed price listings. And I'm telling you why you're getting them. They're Googling what you're selling. They're seeing your listing because eBay has a great search engine. They had a problem the end of last year. That's in the past. They have a great search engine, and if you are a top rated seller like myself in very good standing, an experienced seller, you will get top placement if you're offering free shipping, 14-day or longer return policy. And that's basically what's happening with me. You don't believe me? Google it right now. Google any hubcap you want, you'll see my listings come up. Okay? That's why. Now, try the same experiment with what you sell. Google your item. Whatever you happen to sell on eBay, it doesn't matter whether it's toys, collectibles, CDs, and just see what comes up. See where your placement is. It's a good little experiment to try. I have verified it. And you guys, you can trust the Crazy New York Driver. Okay? I know I'm running really late with this. It's about 5:15 right now. By the time I get this uploaded and edited down for time, if I do edit it, it's going to be probably 8 o'clock at night. As I said, I was really super busy today with snow work. You saw what I did yesterday. That was yesterday. Today I had to work through the store here. We have a flat roof, and there was too much weight on the roof. I mean a thick, heavy coating of snow and ice. So I had to climb up on the roof and manually hand shovel it off, because a lot of small buildings or even bigger buildings with flat roofs have had their roofs collapse, and I don't want that to happen. Somehow the video wouldn't look as good if you could see skylight. But I spent a lot of time today doing that, several hours in fact. Then when I got done doing that, one of the things I've been ignoring, and it's my own fault because I've been busy with the weather related duties. I haven't used Twitter in a week. I haven't tweeted in a week. Don't worry guys, I did some tweeting today. For those of you nice people who have Twitter, please follow me, Crazy New York Driver on Twitter, and retweet my tweets. Thank you. Let's see if there's anything else we have to talk about. No, that's all I'm going to talk about today. I really had a couple of other items I wanted to touch on. But in view of the time constraints, which I blame myself for and nobody else, I'm sorry. It's a late one today. So guys, let's do a really quick recap. Number one, the global shipping program needs to be explored further. Someday they will get the bugs worked out, I hope. I sure hope they do, and I'll be one of the first people online to try it. So if you have any comments about the global shipping program, positive or negative, you're more than welcome to leave them. Also, zero feedback bidders, if you've noticed you've gotten a lot, tell me whether the people have in fact paid you for the item. And if you want, try a Google search for your items on eBay and see where you come up. Have your sales increased dramatically lately as mine have? I'm telling you, man, this is great. This is like Christmas every day. I love it. I love it. 17 sales yesterday. And guys, I'm not trying to brag. The reason why I'm saying that to you is because you can do it too. All you've got to do is list your items on eBay, take returns for 14 days or longer, and please guys, even if you're one of the people that says, well, I'm not taking returns, Joe, I do respect that, but keep in mind, eBay will make you take a return whether you want to or not. So you might as well draw the benefits, right? In addition, offer free shipping. If you're selling, normal size items, you can easily build it into the cost of the item. If you're selling huge items that are going to be shipped on a pallet, that's another story. I understand why you can't offer free shipping. But hopefully, guys, you enjoyed this video. I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Thanks for watching. I got more snow scheduled for tonight and tomorrow. I hope the weather is kinder next week, but somehow I don't think it will be. So, I guess that's about it for now. Rock on. See you guys next Friday. Hopefully back at the regularly scheduled time for the Crazy New York Driver Show. You are a great audience. Thanks for watching.